Back in the day, before the History Channel was riddled with ancient aliens and other alien conspiracy theories, I used to watch this show called Doomsday. And, it wasn't no 10 out of 10 Breaking Bad must-watch show, but basically the premise was how the world would end. And I do believe that, for the United States of America anyways, that a possible ending is much more realistic than a lot of people would like to, ponder. I think it's very near and very real. It's not going to be some giant tsunami or some giant meteor shower. I think it's internal. And when I talk about internal, I mean Social Security. Now, I'm a big Social Security guy, all for Social Security. What a great idea. Good retirement gig, pay into it and you get back supposedly what you pay in, even though that's not how it works. But anyways, with that being said, how is Social Security going to bring the downfall of one of the greatest nations that we have ever seen to date in history? Well, it's going to go like this. So obviously a lot of people know that there is a Social Security fund, so to speak. But what a lot of people don't know is that this Social Security fund doesn't actually hold money. Instead, it holds promises that the U.S. government is going to pay tax dollars to Social Security. So there's not actually money inside of Social Security. And what's going to happen is Social Security spending is either going to come to a halt or be cut altogether. And now, why is this? This is obviously not just, because they don't like Social Security, they just want to bully Social Security. It's because of other impending problems that, could tie in with Social Security that you could say would cause the downfall of America, and that is obviously the debt. You either have to start paying the debt at some point, or you get into multiple world conflicts. So there's either really one way or another, especially with World War III and stuff like that. A lot of people are going to try to avoid that since we have nuclear weapons. That's been a large global scale conflict since the end of World War II, where we had nuclear weapons. Anyways, what's going to happen is politicians, the government, whatnot, is going to want to stop spending money at a certain point, because eventually you're going to have to start spending more money when more people enter the earth and more people are populated and whatnot. More people reach retirement age and you have to start paying more. Well, that's more money. And especially if you're trying to cut money, you don't want to spend money to stop raising the debt, especially if you're trying to pay the debt in an instance of a standoff where, if you don't pay my debt, I'm going to launch a nuclear missile on you. Well, guess what's going to go? Social Security, one of the biggest spenders of our time. That's getting cut. And not a lot of people are going to be happy about that. And obviously, for reasons that we all know, you pay into Social Security, and if you don't get it out, that's going to upset a numerous amount of people. And what happens when there's a lot of angry people controlled by a government that they don't want to be controlled by anymore? Well, even our boy George Washington could tell you that one. The American Revolution happens, and a new country is formed. With that being said, I do believe, you can come back and quote me in 200, 300 years, whatever, how long it takes, but I am sure that the United States of America will fall with some induced factor with Social Security. If not, well, I guess I'm just an idiot. With that being said, stay safe and stay hydrated.